So, hello. We're in day 5 now. I've got my stopwatch. You know the gist by now. This is How Deep is the Deep. This has also got one of my favourite ever psalms in it, Psalm 139. Loads of people love this psalm. So if you've got a Bible, you may want to look it up and read it again later, or read it tomorrow, or not read it at all. Choice is yours. But are you ready for this? This is Psalm 139, verses 1 to 2. Lord, you have examined me. You know all about me. You know when I sit down and when I get up. You know my thoughts before I think them. Let me read that to you again. Lord, you have examined me. Not like a test. Lord, you have searched me. You know all about me. You know when I sit down and when I get up. You know my thoughts before I even have thought them. The oceans are beautiful, amazing and mysterious places, at least to us. God, of course, knows all about them. Even though the oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface, we've only explored as human beings about 5% of them. That's at least partly because of how deep they are. The average depth of the ocean is 12,100 feet, which is about 2 miles deep. Parts of the ocean are so deep that scientists have not yet been able to explore them, but what they have explored has led to some amazing discoveries, like the giant sunfish, which can weigh up to 5,000 pounds, the fang-toothed fish, whose nightmarish fangs make it look like something out of a scary movie, and the blobfish, which looks like, well, a 12-inch blob of pink goo. Scientists believe millions more species are just waiting to be discovered under the sea. And while we may not yet know all the mysteries of the ocean deep, we can trust that God does. God also knows all the mysteries of the deepest places of your mind and my mind. He knows every thought before you even think it, the good ones and the not so good ones. God understands there are times when a bad thought, just occasionally, will sneak into your head even though you don't want it to. Don't give up or be discouraged if that is the case. God understands that's the way it works. And our job is to try and capture the bad thoughts and kind of give them to God and ask for Him to take charge of the bad thoughts. It can be tough to do, but ask God for help. You know He'll help you do it. So here's the be amazed thing. The deepest part of the ocean that we know of is located inside the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. It's called the Challenger Deep, and it's approximately 36,070 feet deep. So if you were to drop Mount Everest into it, there would still be a mile of water above it. It's absurd. Right, there we go. The stuff about taking your thoughts and kind of capturing them, that's pretty complex, and that's something that I think that most adults find really hard. So you may want to talk to your parents who you care about them, but I guess the idea is this, is that we don't let our thoughts just run around and kind of take charge of us. We almost try and manage the way we think, if that doesn't sound too complicated. Anyway, talk to someone about it. Should we pray? Let's give this a whirl. So let's be still, catch our breath and relax. And again, what I want you to do is say out loud the one thing about the day that you thought was wicked, and just to say, Father, thank you for that. And then I want you just to take a moment and think back to the day. Was there a moment or some moments when you're like, oh, what was I doing? Here's the chance to say, Father, I'm really sorry about that. Now again, are there some people who you're worrying about? Maybe a member of your family or some friends or someone you saw in the news or somebody you were talking about who maybe needs God to make them better, or they need to know that God's with them, or something like that. Let's just chat to God about that person or that country or that situation. Got my stones here, and now all I want you to do is hand to God the things that you are worried about, that you're thinking about. And you may go, I'm not worried about anything, James. Fine, skip this bit. But if you are, Father, I'm worried about this. Let's be still again for a bit, as we do every night, and let's just listen. Father, thank you for today. Thank you that you've been with us. And would you help us to have a really good night's rest in your arms, surrounded by your love. Amen. Well, I hope you have a really good night's sleep and rest, and I'll catch you again on day 6.